Hello and welcome to my channel, Boo Snakes and More. Today we're going to be talking about ball pythons. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And for more videos like this, also watch my other house channel, A&A Snakes and Stuff. My youngest son's channel, Henny's Toys and Games, or my oldest son's channel, Little Chris 10. Now let's dive into the video. In the wild, ball pythons are usually brown and tan. In America, breeding them to produce eye-catching offspring has become a luxurious, fantastic, and for some, troubling centerpiece. On a fall day in Gainesville, Georgia, Justin Coipa, the 42-year-old owner of Geneva Reptiles, was preparing to cut open 2 clutches of snake eggs. He was hoping to hit upon some valuable, beautiful reptiles. Coipa is a breeder of designer ball pythons, one-of-a-kind captive-bred snakes, whose skin features colors and patterns not usually found in nature. I think of myself as an explorer, he told me. Nicking an egg with a pair of surgical scissors, he exposed a live hatchling in its goo. Even when they haven't yet touched air, you can sometimes see the tongue going, he said, making a flicking gesture with his thumb and fingertip. We were standing in a 6,000 square foot climate-controlled outbuilding that housed some 2,000 pythons, which were kept in individual plastic trays slotted into tall metal racks. The space, which cost nearly $1 million to build and outfit, was immaculate and well lit, with corner-mounted industrial fans and glossy floors. A vague odor of musk and Clorox was all that hinted at the daily chores of snake husbandry. Ball pythons originated in Africa, and in the wild they are typically dark brown, with tan patches and a pale underbelly. Those bred for their appearance as kibakas often have a brighter palette, from soft washes of pastel to candy-colored bursts of near fluorescence. Their patterns, too, have been transformed. A snake might be tricked out with pointiest dots or a single dramatic stripe, or colors dissolving into one another. As in tie-dye, one captive-bred ball python splotches and squiggers show up only under a black light. These changes reflect genetic mutations, which breeders call morphs. The term is used as shorthand for the snakes themselves. Word of ball pythons, a repository of information related to breeding, has categorized more than 7,000 morphs in the past 30 years, though the actual number likely exceeds that by several thousand. Evolution can go very fast. The animal domestication expert and pathologist, Marcoleo Sanchez Viger, a professor at the University of Zinz, told me, adding that the variety of ball pythons may be extreme even among reptiles. Arguably no other snake, lizard, or turtle has been so sweepingly restyled by human effort. The animal's kibaka breeds at Kiva are sold to collectors, independent pet stores, and elite breeders who want to replicate or even improve on their design. The launch of a new morph is sometimes called a reveal or a drop, echoing the language of luxury sneaker culture, and there are ball python internet forums that rally with opinion about what morphs are the hottest and which ones aren't worth the hype. The most cultivated morphs have commanded higher prices than giraffes, lions, and tigers have at auction. I've had offers of over $100,000 on a snake, Kibalka said. But the way I operate, it's important to keep those snakes for my future work. You actually lose money long term if you sell the most amazing thing at the time. Kibalka, who is 6'2", was wearing a gray Lacoste polo, checker colored jeans, and Adidas Simbas. He has dark hair, which he keeps short. In the first clutch, which had 9 eggs, he was aiming. He said, for an orange dream, yellow belly, etchy, leopard, desert ghost, coloring, authentic, and clown jeans. What sounded like an incantation was a catalog of desirable mutations. Clown, for example, is named for teardrop shapes that show up under the eyes, like the stylized tears of a clown. As a breeder, Kabaka always has a gold snake in mind. You've done a lot of metal work to imagine it, usually years in advance, he told me, describing a process of zeroing on specific traits using the known heritability and interaction of genes. Sometimes your odds are 1 in 256 or 1 in 512 to make the snake you're thinking about, he said. The thing that makes it so addicting for me is the fact that there's a large amount of chance involved. Kabaka has been breeding snakes for more than 20 years and is known as a trendsetter in the field, which is both close-knit and competitive. Contrary Caps, a co-founder of Ovivia Snakes in South Carolina, absorbed that briars are sometimes so proud of owning a Kiva python that when it comes time to sell its offspring, they're noted in the listing. Mine was produced by Justin Kabaka, gained an even wider audience in 2016 after he opened up an egg to find a white snake patterned with 3 smiley faces along its body. He had been trying to produce a dreamsicle, a white ball python with splotches of tangerine, but most of the circular markings on this snake had 2 eyes and a grin. Kimbaka posted an image on his company's Facebook page, and when someone suggested a comment that the photograph had been edited, he made a 15-second video that showed him turning the baby python from side to side to display its distinctive motif. The video of the emoji python went viral, and the story of the unusual snake was covered by Esquire, Business Insider, and the New York Post, among other outlets. On the day I visited Kiev, Kimbaka wasn't filming the proceedings, but he sometimes shares egg cutting videos on Patreon and YouTube. Ball pythons are able to hatch on their own, but such videos, in which a breeder gives a preview of the snakelet's coloration, have generated a dedicated following, offering anticipation, disclosure, and an irregular reward. They are in many ways similar to toy unboxing sequences. The footage also has elements of the hashtag oddly satisfying content known as ASMR, Astronomic Sensory Meditation Response, videos of human hands gently manipulating something slimy or soft, for instance, or holding an object ready to burst. It isn't just egg cuttings. The entire business of ball python breeding is extremely online. Breeders deliver pro tips via live stream, develop colorways that will pop on Instagram, and often use language borrowed from digital or image editing, promising that a mutation will provide amazing contrast or pixelized sides, while python aficionados can't seem to get enough, finding it more as a combination of clickbait, dream collectibles, data-driven hobby, and living art. Recently, a video of a ball python with a molting of an overripe banana next to an actual banana was posted widely on X, where a TikTok video showing a ball python named Gizmo tracing a serpentine line on a tablet computer as if on an etch-a-sketch has been viewed approximately 5 million times. He tried to draw himself, one commenter noted. It was blimey in the outbuilding. Kabata moderates the temperature to stagger the python's breeding cycles throughout the year. Wired females become fertile in response to seasonal cues, but his snakes still seem to intuit the weather outside. A rainstorm can spark mating, Kimbata said, that he was sometimes rushed to match receptive females to males ahead of a downpour. The first clutch I learned I had a parent with a pastel gene, which in addition to being commonplace causes the animal's coloring to fade over time. The standard lifespan of a captive ball python is 15 to 30 years, though the St. Louis Zoo had one that keepers believe lived to be at least 62. Pastel unfortunately dominated the blood. Most of the snakes would be priced in the low thousands, but Kambata said every miss is, as probably a gambler would tell you, almost exciting as a win. A miss, he explained, will still find a home and can provide useful information about how traits are masked or about other palogenic effects. Thank you for watching this video and peace out to the next one.